Since the beginning of 2020, we've reviewed Chromebook after Chromebook that come with USI pen support. And basically that just means they support a universal standard for stylus. And unfortunately, we've always had to hold back our comments because we haven't had a proper working USI pen. And most of you out there have been asking us a lot about these pens and when they're going to arrive and when they're going to show up. Well, we have some good news. They're starting to arrive. We have one in the office, and we want to show you finally how much better USI pens work when they're ones that are actually ready for production. We're going to demo this on the Lenovo Chromebook Duet because A, it's probably of all USI Chromebooks, it's the one that's most popular. It's probably sold the most. It's low in price. It's portable. It's small. It's going to lend itself to drawing and note taking. So it makes more sense to kind of demo it here. But all of this stuff that we're going to talk about applies to other Chromebooks like the ones we have on the desk here, the Flex 5 from Lenovo, the Acer Spin 713, Asus's Flip C436, the HP X360 14C, and on, and there will be other Chromebooks that are going to launch later this year that are also going to be USI compatible. And so all of what we're going to show you applies to all of those, because up until this point, we've had to hold back on any comments about how well USI pens work because the only one we've had is this one from HP. And admittedly, this is way pre-production. We got this in and we thought, hey, HP is ready to start shipping this thing. They informed us we are months out from shipping it. And when it did show up, they sold out pretty quickly, and it apparently was a different model than what we have here. But this is all we had, so we would test it each time a new Chromebook came in. And let me show you exactly kind of what we're dealing with. So when I go to write, if I lightly touch the screen, I'm touching the screen right now, and that's what I'm getting. Now if I push down hard, and you see I push down hard enough to move the Chromebook, it works, but no one wants to write with constant pressure all the time. And what this ends up doing is if I attempt to write and don't push, like everything just runs together because I can't lift the pen up and write. If I write naturally like I normally would, there's my name. And because it can't pick up those light touches. And that's just a problem with this pen. We've learned since that HP had an issue with the tip on this pen, and they've kind of scrapped that. And the ones that they shipped were an updated version that obviously we don't have. However, fast forward, and now we have a proper USI pen. This is Walltop. They're an ODM, so they're a company that will make pens. And we talked about a pen on our website just last week that you could go buy from iPlume. It is this pen basically, but it's being kind of manufactured and shipped and branded as iPlume. There are more of these on the way. So let me go to, and this one you actually have to turn on real quick. Let me go back home here and open up a new drawing and show you the difference here. So without pushing down or doing anything unnatural, I can just lay the pen on the screen. You can tell I'm not putting any pressure on that thing, and it works perfectly. You get great precision. I'm no artist by any stretch of the imagination, but ultimately what I want from a pen is for it to be able to write naturally. And so if I go to write my name, my handwriting's terrible, but you can see I don't have to do anything unnatural or push down really hard in order to get it to work. And where this really comes in handy is actually navigating the UI. So when I'm actually tapping on things and moving stuff around, I want to be able to move naturally through the interface and not have to shove the pen on the screen to move it. So if I get the HP pen up again and lightly touch, you see it's not registering anything until I push and actually have some force on the screen. And so we were concerned that that was like a problem with the USI standard and that this was going to be an ongoing issue. We can confirm that is not the issue at all. This pen feels just as good as any AES stylus or EMR stylus that we've seen on other Chromebooks. So count it up there with the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook or the Pixelbook or the Pixel Slate as far as how responsive the pen input is. And again, I'm no artist, but ultimately if I want to be able to take notes and put my hand down on paper, and make a list and write very small and very accurately. Again, my handwriting's terrible, but usually if I pick up this pen and try to do that with something like this, you just can't make it work because you're so focused on keeping pressure on the screen. It's almost impossible to write with this. And while this does technically function, it was a terrible user experience. So we just wanted to show you guys that USI pens are coming. This one feels great. It's all metal. It actually works in some of the magnetized parts of Chromebooks. It's not made to do this specifically, but it does work to attach to the magnets on Chromebooks. That's not exactly what it's there for, but they are metal. They feel great. The weight is great on them. And again, being able to write without pushing and shoving on the pen and navigating the user interface easily and smoothly with this pen, that's what people are after with a stylus that works with these. And the benefit is here, we've tried this on this and the Flex 5 and the 713, and it works on all of them just the same. So this is going to be the lowest common denominator here with this tablet because it's the slowest by far of all these Chromebooks that support the USI pen. So any processing problems it would have obviously would slow some of the inking down. So you see how good it is on the Lenovo Duet. It's only going to be better on other screens and on other processors that are faster and other Chromebooks that have bigger screens and better processors. So ultimately, we feel very confident now that as USI pens begin to ship and begin to show up on Amazon and begin to show up from other makers like Lenovo and HP and Acer and all these companies that are going to begin making these, this standard is going to be something pretty special, and we're excited that we're not going to have to worry about pens working well. They're just going to work across the board. It's going to be a smooth experience, and people are really going to enjoy being able to buy one pen, and no matter what Chromebook you go buy, this pen is just going to work on it. But guys, that's it for this one. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Go down there and hit that subscribe button. Make sure also to hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted when we make future videos just like this one. And until next time, we'll see you.